falling gradually, and how we can, how we can, as youths, because we are the ones who are involved, we are the ones who are concerned, we are the leaders of tomorrow. They called us leaders of tomorrow, but we are not seeing anything for now, so we'll be discussing that. And I have here with me, I would let them introduce themselves right now. Welcome back, people. Sorry about that. We had a little itch. Like I said earlier, I've introduced myself. My name is Oluwashayo. P to the O to the S to the H. Your one and only Posh. Aduma Adon Radio Konyu. And I'm here with two beautiful, amazing souls. I'm here with the radio priest and Aduni. I call her that. That's how she likes to call herself, Aduni.
Oh boy, it's plenty.
She did not have husband material to my name.
Nikene, how many yard? 20 yard.
1,000 yards.
I beg you.
Aduni, you know what? It's time to get serious. So can we just get serious?
If I say,
I'm a serious person right now.
I beg you, backward shift.
Posh.
P to the H to the S to the H. Shoot it.
Let's get down.
All right. So we want to talk about how our educational system is falling, especially we know that we have the opportunity of free education for public schools, rather, almost free education for the primary and the secondary schools. What of the tertiary institutions? Because the children of the poor, there's no middle class anymore. I hope you all agree.
Yeah,
it's either you're rich or you're poor.
Or you're poor. So it's as if the poor cannot afford to send their children to school, and this is really alarming. You know, what's your take on this, please?
Yeah. Good morning once again. My name is Dari Lawal, the radio priest. Let's just get down. Thank you, Porsche. Thank you, Adoni, for having me on this show. I feel like I don't know what education is actually turned into this country. It's so, I don't know. It's something that the government needs to just arise and do something about. Like something has to be done about the education in the school. Now I could remember back then during my university days. I remember that there was this thing that I've forgotten the name they call it, but bursary, you understand? There was this bursary where the government will actually refund your money back to you after you've paid your school fee. I don't think it's actually it still exists right now, and if it does, how much would the government refund back to you? You understand? That actually motivated some few people to go to school. Now looking at it, school fees has actually skyrocketed. You understand? I don't think there's any university in this country, in Nigeria right now, that's the school fee is lesser than 100,000.
I don't think so.
I really don't think so. So
mine was lesser than 100 when I was in school.
Mine was actually 25,000.
Now it has gone high, real high.
See the rate at which the percentage at which those school fees are actually skyrocketing is not like 10%. It goes above 100%, and this had made so many students or so many young ones get out of school, drop out of school. And looking at this, the country is not a fair country, whereas all our parents have a good job. Some of these youth are actually trying to just sponsor themselves through school. Let me just back this certificate, let me go to school, and maybe school will work out. You know, growing up, I think you add the orientation that you go through. Now, growing up, I feel like when I was on the street, I used to hear some people say education is scam, but I would literally beat my chest and tell anybody right now that education is no scam.
Yes.
It is the certificate that you have. You get the job, whatever job you get is because of the certificate you have. Now, if you are a primary school certificate owner, you will get a job relating to that primary school certificate that you have, which is probably a cleaner or a driver. In fact, they collect BSc holders, masters holders as drivers right now. So I literally a cleaner does not have the job of a cleaner is not attached to any certificates.
Yes.
You get it. So now if these people if the youth of these days, or the youth of Nigeria, don't have access to education, not even good education, because there's education and there's good education. If the people of this country don't have access to education right now, tell me the kind of youth we are going to build in the nearest future.
Adoni, what's your take, please?
Because on a serious note, I feel like hearing how, just like Darry said, these things have skyrocketed so much is rather putting a cold water in my mind, because I feel like now my siblings cannot just wake up one day and say they want to go to a private university where I want to see the money. And sometimes, as a firstborn of the family, the Macaulay thinks like everything boils down to your head. I mean, what you've enjoyed as a child, your siblings should definitely enjoy it. Now, what are the things in place for you? We say we want to go to school. My friends will say, they say education is the key, but they've changed the padlock, which is really quite true. They've even thrown the key into the ocean. Maybe it's Pacific or Atlantic, we don't even know. They really need to do something about this education of thing, because tell me why ASU would just wake up one day and decide to go on strike. Tell me why even the non-teaching staffs are also complaining about this thing. I feel like if anybody tells me now that they want to further education, I wish I list though. Where did you say money from? Because honestly, this thing is not funny again. A federal university that is school fees is now even more than 200,000 naira. How do you want people that are running away from state universities to actually even afford the exorbitant fee of a federal one at that? It's supposed to be so. We have that fund. We have the people funding the university. But what exactly is the government doing to help them? They say everyone help those who help themselves. Now the people are helping themselves. What exactly is the government doing to help them as well? Nothing.
It's really crazy. It's really because the children of the poor, like one popular quote, that you refuse to train would disturb you in future. It's as if and looking at it from this angle again, there are a lot of atrocities being committed by
Committed.
young people.
Yes.
They have time on their hands
Because they have nothing doing.
Probably if you don't have anything doing, any tangible thing doing with your time, you would venture into crime.
And I'll do mind.
Yes.
Even
And I do
the
mind
adage
is the
says, and I
devil's
do mind this
workshop.
devil's workshop. So
Yes.
I do not blame them. But then I still blame their thinking faculty.
Yeah.
Why? Because I feel like, is that the next thing for you to do?
Ajuni, see, I feel like the blame will be less.
Why?
Why? See, if you have something doing and you are in the right frame of mind, like I always say, I used to tell people it is necessary that you guard your mental health when things are not working out, so you don't lose it. You understand? You and I, there are days that you've actually looked at things not working out for you and you almost lost it, if not because you had people who were just there for you.
Sure. Yeah.
Are you getting it? There are days, like I remember I had a point in my life when I had nothing doing. I almost went awire. I literally started doing things I wouldn't do. See, talk. I think from the age of 18 to like 26, if you don't have anything doing and you feel like that youth exuberance is still within you, you would want to explore. There are certain demons to actually explore within those age. Now you don't go to school, you don't have a job doing, you don't have anything in your hands, you are not learning any crafts, and you're on the streets there. Tell me how you would avoid the pressures of the streets. Tell me how you avoid societal pressures, family pressures, and probably peer pressure. You understand? All those things come across it. That's why I feel yes, people in the university, the ones that are still in university, still sometimes do the dirty things that I don't want to talk about, but it is limited. Now talk of a girl, an 18-year-old girl who sells pure water under the bridge, and a young man walks up to her and talks to her. Tell me why she would not accept to the words of the mouth to do what the man wants her to do. Because she's not educated. She's thinking of how to feed her mother. Her poor mother is at home, probably there's no job, and she's selling pure water. She'll think of how to feed her brother. She'll think of how to feed every of her sibling.
Listen,
now,
I think
the job of motherhood falls.
I think our
their
parents
phones?
are actually okay. Let me give an example. Bosch says something that have you seen their phones. I cannot expect a child of 16 years old that literally just finished secondary school thinking and using an iPhone 15. Chill. Now give me that. 2. If we leave peer pressure out of these things, the pressure that parents nowadays are giving their children is enough reason for a child to start thinking of going to the wrong direction. Trust me. You see, the kind of tutelage, the kind of upbringing, the kind of mentoring we got when we were a child, half of it, these children do not get it. Let's not even go about to peer pressure now. You got to back before you lay back before. It is what you feed these children. They will do. Imagine a mother telling a child, "She see what your mates are doing. Go do it." How do you expect the child if he doesn't have discipline, contentment, or self-morale, not to
and education?
Leave education out of this first. There is formal and informal education. And informal goes first before formal. You're giving a teacher a lot of job if you don't even teach your child something.
It has to be from home.
There's this thing. I'm sorry. Hold on. There's this thing my mom says. My mom will say, "Omota kolu magbili takota."
Okay,
and it's just the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. If you are not taught informal education before having the formal education,
you are not gonna have
anything good to do with it. Yes, there are people. Not school is not meant for everybody.
Yeah,
academics is not meant for
fair
everybody.
Enough.
But at the same time, I feel you should be able to express yourself to some certain extent.
And get a little bit
even
knowledge.
if you cannot express yourself, find something doing.
Yes.
Initially, there are no jobs in Nigeria. There are no jobs in this country, but there are work. Just find something doing. Even when you go to school, the work available in this country cannot actually employ everybody.
There are no jobs, but there are works.
There are works. You understand?
Nice.
Like how many people this company won't collect?
For starters,
how many company even did like and funny enough, when you graduate from school, the kind offer with the jobs, the kind of offer the jobs you get will give you. You hear something like, okay, we need somebody with you know where I was going to with 5 years.
How do you want me to get a 5 years?
Did I work when I was in school? What was that like? You understand? You must not be more than 22-year-old, and you'd be like, "What are you telling me in this country?"
I graduated 22.
What are you saying?
5 years working experience.
5 years working
experience.
Already. And see, I feel like the government has a lot to do in this. There's a need for education to be subsidized. Probably private investors should please come into education.
You see that private
More
investor
people
way
like I
he
think
choke.
companies hold on. I think companies should please specialize in actually giving students in scholarships.
They do.
Yes, they do, but it is not enough. See,
It
the
is
number
not going to be
the number
enough
of Nigerian
because the
youth
number
that
of
wants to go to school
criteria
is
they
more
want.
now.
See,
Let me come in this way. Sorry.
Okay, Posh.
For starters, let me not go into religion right now, but I would say that when we heard about this St. Finbar's College and
Yes.
when the missionaries came
The Igbobi
and
College
they made the education accessible to the poor. That's
Yes.
one of the niche, and we have churches right now, bringing forth universities that even
They are more expensive than the
members
federal university.
cannot
Afford to pay.
So who is helping who? The federal universities and state universities that we rely on are also getting expensive. Then another thing I want to say concerning the peer pressure thing is, okay, so I have an uncle. I have an uncle and the uncle graduated like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Kurishe.